Prep Essentials philosophy is that excellent thinkers make excellent writers make excellent speakers, and excellent speakers make for strong leaders.
The Prep Essentials is a great program. It prepares students for their future.
Prep Essentials is preparation for life, but specifically for academia.
The Prep Essentials program is based on a 5-modular metaphorical format. The first module is called Navigating the Jungle. In this module, students look at situations where they're faced with too much information. How do you navigate around too much data? The second module looks at Lost at Sea, finding a safe harbor. How do good thinkers, good writers, strong leaders, and strong speakers navigate around scenarios where they don't have enough information? The third module is called Getting Out of Quicksand. We teach students how to navigate through dilemmas. How do you determine a decision or a path to take when all of your options are poor ones? The fourth module is called Tunneling Under the Mountain. In this module, students look at scenarios where the options that they're faced with is based upon assumptions and stereotypes. How do you deconstruct assumptions and work your way around problematical situations? In the fifth module, called Reading the Landscape, students are placed with a variety of scenarios. They're then asked to use the tools that they've learned in the first 4 modules in order to navigate through difficult situations. The Prep Speak component is based upon the idea that it's one thing to be a creative or analytical thinker, but it's a very different thing to be able to translate those creative and analytical thoughts into effective public speeches.
I find that a lot of parents enroll their children in Prep Essentials to increase their confidence.
What steps should I take in order to make for a good speech?
A lot of parents have mentioned that their child is extremely shy or does not participate in class, and so they come here for like a boost in self-esteem.
The students are given topics where they debate them.
I am going to give you a new topic for your speech, a general topic, and you're going to take that topic and you're going to try and translate it into an effective speech.
They actually have to defend their position and be able to stand in front of an audience.
Before I get you to start writing a speech about this, what do we think this proverb says?
And it also gives the students the opportunity to see their work in action as they get videotaped before and after.
In a dark room, even a mosquito can scare an elephant.
I'm here today to talk to you about exactly what this old African proverb means.
The dark room where there is two is the room where all are equal. The darkness was a blanket. Politics can sometimes relate to this.
This gives them life skills that they can use throughout their lives.
All of you actually gave excellent speeches.
The Prep Think program is based on the following simple philosophy, that there is no dichotomy between creative and rational thinking. Rather, we teach children to learn that thinking is a much more holistic process.
Prep Think focuses more on the critical thinking in situations.
I personally love the hats. The kids love the hats too.
Orange. What do we think the benefits are?
Students are faced with a crime scene. It's a bank robbery. They have to go through all of the materials as if a police officer would be going through it.
We need to know the facts before we can try to make a decision about these things.
Are there some different ideas? Who's included and who's not included?
They have to look for details and consistency, and they have to try to figure out who the reliable sources are.
The children are actually taken and asked to consciously think about different situations and current events.
We're all going to be equal members today at the United Nations because we are going to represent the United Nations General Assembly.
With the Thinking Hats activity, each hat represents a different approach that the students can take.
With this hat, I'm going to express the factual details. So what are the facts of this resolution?
It really gives them a different perspective. It makes them realize that a story doesn't just have one side.
How much should I think about the views of others?
Should I be, exactly. So should I be considering other alternatives?
That module I absolutely love. That is my favorite.
The definition of dilemma is where all your options are bad.
They're pretty red.
So, okay, so you're at the drive-in? Yeah, all your options are bad. Fair enough. Okay.
The Prep Write program is based on the idea that strong writing skills presuppose well-developed thinking skills.
Prep Write encourages students to become stronger writers.
In the Prep Write program, we go through a lot more than just the linear format of essay writing that is often taught in school.
The students are given exercises where they have to formulate essays. They have to put their thoughts down on paper and put them in chronological order so that they can actually see the flow, the sequence of events.
I found that my teacher she's a freelance writer, she's told us, so she's helped me a lot with my essays. That's like the one area I needed the most help, so. When the students come to us, they know basic paragraphing and sentence structure, but by the end of our course, we're expecting that they'll be able to write essays, both persuasive and narrative, even comparative essays.
There was one situation where I had a student who didn't actually know how to write an essay. He couldn't verbalize it, didn't know how to begin and end. By the end of the Prep Essentials program, it was absolutely phenomenal, to the point where the parents could not believe that he actually wrote that particular essay.
Not only do we go through various styles of prep writing, but we also teach students ahead of time how to critically and creatively mesh ideas so that their thesis statements, their arguments are that much more bold. Ultimately, therefore, prep writing develops the skills to arbitrate, to negotiate, to evidence build, and to counter arguments that students want to put forward.
In the Prep Leader program, we demonstrate to students that there's no simple conception of leadership. There's no one style of leader. Rather, we encounter at least 5 different models of leadership in life: the director, the democrat, the collaborator, the transformer, and the model styles of leadership.
Do compromising leaders have more success than those leaders who are not willing to compromise? Ultimately, in Prep Leader, we basically tell students and indicate to them that leadership is much more than just telling people what to do. What's difficult about that for leaders, political leaders? Lucas, do you think it's really that easy?
They're given the opportunity to prepare themselves for leadership roles. That in itself, in effect, is wonderful preparation for going on to high school, for going on to university.
And what sort of leadership is needed? So if I'm going to ask you, Sean, just very quickly, how do you think that in the international environment countries get around this problem? Okay, so here we're talking about vocabulary that you learn in high school and at university. We go through 5 styles of leadership that they become familiar with so that they can then engage in leadership activities and leadership abilities in their schools.
It also gives them that social confidence that they need when they are going into high school.